back to Timberborn and our Update 7 experimental save. So we are on the new version of the Update 7 experimental save, which includes overhanging terrain and tunnels and a bunch of rebalances, which may or may not affect us. I've had to drop some mods, mostly quality of life mods. Bobbing About is awesome and has updated the mods that he needed to update, which is great. Then the first thing that I've done quickly is I've just added a couple of ladders so we can rescue our trapped beaver. We do have an adventurous beaver over here swimming about in the bad tide. He is unwell, he is dehydrated. I guess if eventually he finds his way over to one of these, he might find his way out, or he might just end up swimming about eternally. Who knows? The fate is his. We do need to adjust this. Bunchy pointed that out last time. I'm not sure if I just put it in incorrectly or if I put it in and then put a terrain block behind it. I don't know, but now we have corrected it. That just needs to be set like that so that good water can come through, bad water won't come out. I also liked the suggestion that one of you made, and I think we can just go ahead and do that, although I'm not sure the beavers will be able to easily, yeah they can because there's a path there, to come in here and put floodgates in. So it might be a bit foolish just stacking all that building up now, but we're going to plan that just quickly, just so we can keep more water in here. I'm going to make that a medium high priority job, and we're going to set those to be 0.9 so we can keep more water in here. This is in. Let's just get the game rolling for a second so that we can get this done. We'll throw a platform there, a fluid dump there, a stream gauge there. We'll give that some higher priority so these trees can grow. I don't think I can't do that before it's all built. We'll get that done. And I really liked the suggestion to turn this into a sewage pipe underground. So that means we're going to have to change all of this, which is a little bit of faff. What I'm going to do, just in case we don't get that all done in time, is throw a couple of floodgates on the end here at medium priority, just so we can close this if we need to. And then again, we're going to come in, we're going to, let's just cancel the building of that, let's cancel the building of that, let's cancel the building of that, and that, and that, and that. Essentially, we are in the position where probably we want to come in. Oh, let's do Guy Fog. Yeah, I remember this time. And let's do that. Actually, I'm going to keep those. I haven't quite worked out how I'm going to do the pipe yet, but we'll get rid of that one. We're going to want to remove those. So let's unlock the double explosive. We're going to want to remove those. So let's unlock that. Actually, we could probably save ourselves some building by doing that and prioritizing that. That'll free that dude up. So basically just undoing a whole load of stuff that I did before, which is, yes, a little bit frustrating. But it kind of is what it is. Plans change significantly because the plan for how we're going to deal with the lagoon is significantly different, and we're going to just get the game rolling and go and have a look at that. Because yes, it is very, very different. You now. Right. Over here. So we have this big old waterfall. And I believe we will wait till daylight to check. So we have landscaping tunnels. We're going to unlock the tunnel. Yes, please. I have not used this at all yet. But we're going to have a play with it. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but we're going to have a play with it. And my thought is, rather than do a diversion all around the side here now, we are going to, because my goal was always to try and maintain the coolness of this. This is pretty solid, apart from, you know, the cool. I keep saying, apart from the way that this has been built. Once you go down to a certain point, this becomes pretty much a solid mountain. So my thought is, we build a drain essentially that's going to shoot out back here somewhere. And then we just run the bad water off the back of the map using the tunnels feature. And what I want to do is build something up here, which is essentially going to let us filter the water. So there will be a bit of a change in this area, basically, where we only let good water out. Now, I think the slight complication is, I believe there might be, but I'm not certain, more water sources up here. So there's another water source there, which does complicate things, but we could just close this one off. Obviously we've got this water source here. So yeah, maybe we do it differently. So I want to try and capture all of the bad water up here. That might work. That might work. I haven't really planned this in exceptional detail. We need to have the game running because we need things to be happening. But I don't want to have the changes completely visible if I can help it, kind of when we're down here. But that water source block was there. So we'd essentially want to try and block it about here. And then back here and push water backwards. And right. We're going to have to do a little bit of research, which is going to mean a bit of building. And I'm going to put back. Now we've got the resources. Now let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. Let's get rid of you. Because we're going to need to get in here to do the building anyway. So let's come across here with some platforms. And what I want to do is just sample the depth in a few spots whilst the water is in full flow. So I'm actually going to, everything is a priority, nothing is a priority. We know the story, but as our swimmer dude has, it would appear, found his way out, which is good. Well done, swimmer dude. You can find your way out. No, you can't. We do landscaping that one. Maybe we can rescue you before you die. Yeah, we've got time. That's high priority. Hopefully we're picking up these pieces as well. Right, that's built. Awesome. So let's make sure that you are done. Where? Oh, I don't have simple triggers. That's one of the mods that I had to remove. So let's just make sure that... yep, those are all set to work. Awesome. Yep, that's set to work. Good stuff. I had to remove simple trigger, the bigger mods, simple triggers, smart power, and a few others, but the yeah, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We'll get them back, so I'm not worried. Yeah, we're probably going to have to remove some of this stuff just so that we can put in our diversionary tactics. But that'll be okay. That'll be okay. Are you really coming to that all the way from there? Fair enough. Or is it just because you needed water? Possibly. You do not have water. Water would be used. There's some water coming. Okay, good. Because those die in 1.4 days. There we go. They are recovered and rescued. So let's fill in. I think these are chestnut trees, aren't they? Yeah. There we go. Let's just fill in around that as well, because it'll look nicer. Once we get simple trees back, we can automate this just to keep a little bit of water in there. So you can do a bit more planting. You can probably be unpaused now, because these will stay alive now, which is cool. If someone could come finish building that, that would be cool as well. Those are going to get built, I guess. We've got a lot of unwell beavers. We've got a lot of injured beavers because we're doing jobs now that generate injury. Right, so the depth is 0.7 and 0.73. So the way that I was thinking of doing this, and we could still do it because we could use floodgates, was essentially to dig down a hole here, and then around the hole it would now be floodgate set at say 0.85, and then have sluice gates set around here so that the sluice gates close, the depth increases, and then because the level rises, the bad water will then fall into the drain. That's my theory. I don't know if that theory will work, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. But the challenge, the slight challenge, is we need to clear up some of this mess around here and out here, I think, so that we can set that up. But once we've set it up, and once we've got the border around the drain, as long as we don't enable it, we can then just bore the pipe out, whatever the conditions. So that's kind of what I'm thinking that we'll do. And while we're waiting to do that, we can... there you go. Run free, little beaver. We can get this sorted. So, it'd be really nice if they came and picked this up. Let's get that done. Then what I'm going to do, and is we'll delete one side of this so we can place the dynamite. And we could tunnel this. You could tunnel this, except that the tunnel will then be full of bad water. So I think for simplicity, I might just dynamite this out. And we'll save our first tunnel experiment, which I'll try and get into this video. Because I do have time today. So we'll try and tunnel in this video, don't worry folks. And I want to try and get... We've got so much building to catch up on. I want to try and get that done as well. We could do with a bit of a population expansion as well. I'm going to need to delete those if I want to go around this side. I mean, we're going to need to do a bunch of stuff. We need to do a bunch of stuff. What we're going to do for now, I know the idea is that we build our cool complex. But just for simplicity, I'm just going to throw another one of those there. We haven't even unlocked roofs yet. We're going to give them a roof, or decent roofs. And I'm going to prioritize the building of that so that it happens. Oh, awesome. Those are built. Let's pick those logs up because we're not super flush with logs. We won't need as many logs now, which is a bonus of the change in strategy. So you can go, and we are going to... We're now not able to get those, are we? Yep, we can. I know I can move this stuff. I'm just not a big fan of doing it, to be honest. But we will, for the sake of getting this done, go. Alright, delete you. And then, yeah, let's just prioritize getting all of that picked up. Probably do want to remove those as well. What I'm going to do is put that to be a single dynamite so that we'll then be able to get to that. And then we want to think about how this is going to work. What we're going to need to do, I guess, is create some sort of mixing area. And I might actually... So they've finished building that. If we get them to build the explosives, and then we can clear all of this stuff up. Yeah, I might just delete all of this and then work out how we build the mixing area. Because basically what we want to do is have a level that takes bad water at lower and fresh water at higher. And it's been a while since I've done one of those, so yeah. And we've got 5 days left of the draft, so let's run at triple speed. We've used a lot of this up as well, so... And because we are pumping out of it, but that's fine, because we'll refill it, and it's what it's there for. It is what it's there for, to provide hydration, so... I mean, we could. Nay, should. Maybe deepen this out a little bit at some point. I just want to try and focus on one of the men. We've got so... Actually, we probably don't want to do double explosives there, do we? No, because then we're going to create a hole. We want to do single there. I'm having one of them mornings, aren't I? Yep, it's one of them mornings. We want to do that. That's what we wanted to do. So let's get that done. Trees are being planted, which is good. That is going to help, obviously. This should be better once this. So we've got so much building queued up that. How much dirt have we got stored? We're not full, so we'll keep going on dirt because we might need that for screwing up, but for undoing screwing up rather than for screwing up. Yeah. But yeah, we're kind of short on beaver, so I don't really want to start random building projects. Because that will just cause us issues, and issues would be bad. Give them another splash of agua. You can go away now. Because you're going to be replaced with the chestnuts, aren't they? So you didn't necessarily need to go away, but you have gone. Yeah. Right. Detonate those. Detonate those. Yeah, I mean, that can be open at the moment. We just need to remember to close it later on. And you can go... That can all go for now. We'll cover that later on. And we could do something mega cheesy. And... I do that. Put those in there. Yeah. There, and then we'll come down, and across, and across. Because you guys like telling me I can do this, so we're going to. Bosh, bosh, bosh. Right. So we can still get all our resources back. Yes, there is buckets of them, but that will be very useful. So yeah, we need to create our mixing area. And we've got quite a bit of depth here. So I'm basically going to blast this down to the base of the map here. And if I put in a staircase there, then we should be able to get to all of that. I'm going to just give that a little bit of priority so that we actually focus on getting this done, at least while we're in this bad tide. As soon as the bad tide ends, we're going to switch to setting up the water filter. And probably it would not be an awful idea to... that's good enough. Extract, obtain, explosives, obtain. We will high prioritize building those two. We got spare. I put that. Well, that's new. It's got arrows on the things it can connect to. There. There. Add connection. Obstructed. What's it obstructed by? Trees. Okay. We can manage that fairly easily, I think, by going there. Yep. And connection there. And I get you guys love it when I add in random bits to the network, but making it more circular, it's got to be better. So go. So if I do that, then they should be able to build that as well. Alright, so they should now be able to get those. And that will give us our mixing area. That'll be slightly quicker. I'll come down there rather than looping around there. Chestnut trees are up, so there's another 8 days or so until they'll produce fruit. But that's cool. We're working our way towards chestnuts. We're working our way towards lumber. We are not too far away now, so we'll keep an eye on that. That can be detonated. Awesome. Right. Let's just we'll run that at slightly slower speed. So. Double platform there. So that water can fall through. We may have made this deeper than we need to, but that's absolutely fine because we're now at the bottom of the map. Sluice gates there. Terrain there. Sluice gates there. Platforms on top of that. Terrain there. And that should work, he says confidently. And then we just need to close the top of that off. And then we have you close below contamination 2%. You close above contamination 2%. Goes away. Let's prioritize building all of that. And then what we want to do is you only need one of those. And I know the pipe probably doesn't need to be too wide, but it's fine. It's what I want to build. We do that. Actually, we only go to bar. There you go. And we've got 0.8 days left. So. But I'm hoping by burying it, we will remove the contamination issue. We might not be burying it deep enough, but it's as deep as we can bury it. So there's that. I mean, 10 beavers, 16 incapacitated beavers. So if we go to, we've only got 5 medical beds. That is an issue, right? Well-being. Medical bed. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. You high priority. We can put there. Being medical bed. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can blast that out. We do have a challenge. We do have a challenge. And that's the bad side over. So we can open that up. Yes, there's some contamination because basically you end up with high pressure bad water stored in there. Again, tunneling is going to let us more easily sort this out. Oh, we went down to 500 water. Wow. Not great. Not great. that up. So yeah, I think something we might want to look at doing. I'm back, so I had to just deal with a noisy neighbour, so I had to pause for a bit. I've slowed the time down because we need to make some adjustments and check some things. Our food has got very low. You might have noticed that while I was playing. I didn't. Water was obviously very low, so I've unpaused all the water pumps. The contamination is down at 50%. I've opened these up to try and flush the bay out, and I've closed some of these because we want the water to be clearing down. We are 18 beavers short, which is not great. That doesn't include a lot of jobs because I've paused a bunch of stuff. So yep, we are starting to cut down trees, which is good. I'm actually tempted because we don't desperately need the logs to actually pause this area. I've opened the floodgates just to let out the bit of contamination we got here. Yeah, could we afford to pause metal for a bit? Not really. No, not really. We could pause the Apple Shack because you're kind of full. So that could be paused for a bit. But yeah, food is not looking great. So I wanted to go around and just let's make sure you're prioritized. You're prioritized by haulers. You're missing the logs, which is interesting because there's logs just there. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that one. Over here, this guy's missing everything, and I'm a little bit worried that basically where I ripped out the employment management mod, maybe these didn't gracefully unpause themselves. This one has, and we had bread. This one says it's unable to get the required materials, but we have wheat. We have wheat just here. So I'm a little bit confused as to why our food situation is not looking good. Yeah, to be quite honest with you, I'm a little bit. We've got 1,000 potatoes, and this dude is just chilling out, not doing his thing. So yeah, I just want to keep a little eye on that, to be honest. And yeah, I am kind of nervous about our water situation. So the other thing that I was pondering doing is, apart from the fact that we're so short of beaver power, is putting in a deep, very large water pump there and getting rid of that guy. There's a priority so that we could up our ability to pump water. Yeah, so the bakery's baking bread. We're now grilling potatoes. We're grilling spadadoc now, so that's good. So food production's happening. So maybe things will start to improve. Okay, we've got a load of the med beds made, which is good. We're just so short of beavers. We need some of these kits to grow up, and things will get better. Yeah, the reservoir is full. I am, concerned about our water situation. So a bit of me is thinking that maybe what we should be doing is deepening the reservoir a bit. Just a quick diversion in here and throw in a bunch of explosives here. It's only going to get us a little bit more, but yeah, we were so low on water that I was not comfortable. I am not comfortable. But we can hopefully make that better. The other thing that we can do now is come in here and finish our pylon. So yeah, oh for a drought, oh for a drought. What I wouldn't give for a drought right now. We can get in here now. We would probably benefit a lot from get that one. No, can they get any of these? They can get that one. Do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, we would probably benefit from a drought a lot. It's probably a whole load of things we would benefit from, to be honest. But that was what I was thinking of saying. We would probably benefit from bots soon, but I don't think resource-wise we're in a position to be building those. How are we doing for med beds now? We've got 17. We've got 9-inch beavers. So, okay, where are our flooded buildings? Oh, I was dumb. I closed it rather than 0.9. Oh, can you tell I'm flustered? Can you tell what it is yet? Probably not an appropriate joke to make, is it? No, no. But probably a lot of you don't know who that reference is in relation to. Anyway, so we might get away with it. Right, get that built and we will be okay. Yeah. Oh, things are not looking super sparkly at the moment. Food is recovering a bit. We've got lots of stock for food. Now, and I know we've got the cattail roots and not doing anything with them yet. We've got too many things to do. Far too many things to do. And I want to do even more things, which is why I'm really, really desperate for a drought, please. I think we will pause those. I think we're going to pause the dirt excavator because that will help cut down on our injuries. We can't pause the centrifuge or the explosives because we need both of those. Yeah. But we can't do anything about our contaminated beavers particularly at the moment because we don't have the ingredients to make the antidote. Yeah, it's all going swimmingly. It's all going swimmingly. I don't know if it's the population boom that's causing us the problem. Or just inefficiency by the looks of it, maybe. And we probably don't have haulers. So we've got plenty of paper, so you can be paused. We've got plenty of gears, and I guess we've lost our ability to pause things. So, or we've lost the management of our resources. So yeah, let's make sure you're prioritized by haulers. The water supply is going up quite quickly, which is good because we really need that. You're going to go back on auto now that we've flushed some amount of the bay clear, which is good. This is going in, which is also very good. Yeah. If I delete those, we can do that. And then we can put triples across there as well. And it's not a huge increase in the size, I know, but more is more better, as they say. using good English. Yeah, the reservoirs look, well, reservoir is it? That's looking okay, so we can do that one. We can resynchronize those. Get the water flushing through there. And yeah, awesome stuff. Oh, we've actually got some spare beavers now, so we've resolved some of our challenges. Challenges and opportunities, folks. Challenges and opportunities. I'm challenged. It gives you an opportunity to ridicule me. You don't have to. Most of you are pretty darn good actually these days. So with this big building project, we should probably take the opportunity to put in some transport of some form up here. By transport, I mean a zip line. Which means we should probably take the opportunity to cut down these a few birch trees. Oh, that makes me so happy. Seeing that makes me so happy. Will do good things for us. That gives us so much relief. Yeah. That is a really good thing. That is a really good thing. We probably don't need to worry about doing this so much now, but we'll finish it. Just because, as they say on Mastermind, I've started, so I'll finish. Another generational reference there, but a better one to make probably. Yeah. We are very low on. We are not as well situated as I would like on Badwater though. So, a couple of things that I've noticed. Because they have removed the natural overhangs, the overall niceness of this area has decreased because it's been replaced with the overhanging terrain. It doesn't look quite as pretty now. And a lot of this was built out of overhangs, and it's now not. But something that I was thinking we could do anyway, and I'm really interested in your opinion on this because this is going to change the map significantly. But this is the only bad water source. Do we tunnel in and put a rig on it? So we can tunnel into here, into the side. Do we tunnel in and put a bad water rig on it so that we can have unlimited bad water? Because remember, these guys have the dome, and the dome doesn't force bad water out during a drought. So we would need that to have continual bad water. So I'm thinking that might be a good thing to do. Just so that we've got more options for doing stuff as we get into, because we're going to want a lot more explosives now, aren't we? So, yeah. The other thing that we can do, and I'm going to make this a very low priority task, particularly given that I have paused the dirt excavator, we can do that now. Right. Boom. We can do that, and then they can both happen, and then we can get rid of those. And we come over here now, just to give us a nicer canvas to work from. I'm going to do that. because we've got a drought, this is going to be so much easier to get set up. Because we've got a drought, we don't need to panic about our water levels and water pumping. We can start to unpause things, like priority manage it, which is nice. Yeah. All good. To get those put in, yep. So donate that, donate that. Put in the other one. Not that it matters now because the drought is here. Oh, pause. Let's close that up. We will unpause those for now and close that. But we will prepare for automating that. So we'll do that. Just to avoid issues, we'll do that. Right. Let's start to look at this jobby, shall we? So we also have a water source over here that we need to address. We will remove those. We don't need to get to delete those. So let's just give that a bit of priority, because otherwise they won't do it because they're lazy beavers. We need to do that because otherwise they'll be busy doing other things. And I'm just going to come in here and go into dev mode because I'm curious. Those are really strong water sources. Yeah, I thought they were. So we might need quite a big hole. Is what I'm thinking. We might need quite a big hole. So I think we will start off by just kind of evening out some of this. That gives us a straight edge there. Straight edge there. We will need to get down there. There. Let's get that bill. Let's get priority. You. Those done. Gonna need a bigger boat. Oh, we're gonna need some more staircases. Across there, like that. So that should let us get that done. And that's going to give us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a 6 by 5. It's going to give us a heck of a lot of edges. Which should be plenty. I am kind of winging it, but you know, we'll be okay. Be okay. There's a bit of fun in doing it that way sometimes, you know. A bit of fun. Let's pause you now. We'll try and keep some water in here. We've now got, we don't have, because of injuries again, the spare beavers to do that job. Annoying. You need to be set to Vassar. And you need a little bit of a splash of water. We've got chestnuts up now, so Let's throw a gatherer flag in there, I guess. There is some space there that we can put a small storage for chestnuts. Set to supply. Right, you're in, so let's do Bosch. Add connection there. Hopefully that'll improve some things with that. Right. That's not quite all in. They just, oh no, there's a fair bit better. Let's make sure that's all. There we go. Awesome stuff. While they are getting down in here, let's delete that. Make sure that gets gone. Oh, awesome, they built all of that. Nice. Let's make sure that gets gone as well. Yeah, let's unpause you. You obviously need to work somewhat regularly. You are set to run. Ooh. Get to that eventually. All right, let's come back over here and check. Right, H. Yeah, so that's going to be the edge of the drain. Now I know I've just blown some of this up. I think I've just blown some of this up. But I'm going to come in with dirt. And go around like this. I hate the one feature I hate of the overhanging terrain. I don't hate the overhanging terrain entirely. A feature I hate of it is that you can accidentally drag it and make it into an overhang. So that's that. And then this has had a max height of 0.8. So then what we do is we put floodgates like this, and like this, and like this, which are all set to 0.85. 85. You make sure that they are all prioritized. You will respect my priority. And I'm hoping that they can build most of that. And I think we'll do a little bit of opening stuff up through here, which means we will need to put in the 2 missing floodgates there, just so that stuff can flow around easier. And then actually what we're going to do, actually, is that, and we're not going to place that piece of dynamite. And we're going to have a path that comes in there. Because that's where we're going to start to excavate the tunnel. Because then we can, essentially, this will dry out. I might also just come in here. Are you set to cut those trees, dude? No, you're not. Okay. We might just widen this up a tad. Just to help with that flow through there. And the same, because essentially I'm taking out a big chunk of the pathing for the water, so, well, not really, because it's still got to get through this narrow gap, but I wish we had a vertical sluice. That would be cool. Wow, we've done some pumping. We are up to, I think we could probably afford to pause several of those and maybe one of those. Yeah. All right. You can probably go away. That can probably go away. That can probably go away. We could definitely come in here, come across to here. We could definitely build out the platforms for housing, and I should definitely have left that so that they could build all of that. How are we doing on catching up with our building over here? Actually, we've done pretty good. Yeah, we've done pretty good, right? It would probably not be a bad idea to have some storages, and then you and you, so you can be logs, obtain, you can be planks, obtain, you can be dirt, obtain. You will definitely be prioritized by haulers. Did you not get set to be dirt? Why aren't you set to be dirt? You can go away. You can then be put to be explosives. You will be set to be explosives, set to obtain. You need to be a tank. You will set to be extract, set to obtain. And let's prioritize building those. Those get a medium priority. Those get a medium priority. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Awesome. So we probably also want to fill in these terrain pockets here, just so we've got a flat canvas so that bad water's not getting trapped in. Now there's going to be some amount of bad water that gets trapped because we're going to be blocking the bad water back here somewhere, because we've got our water source here. But it's going to be fine. It's going to be way better than it was. And that's what's important. Improvement. Improvement is what we're after. So, yeah. Oh, that's an overhang. Okay, so the water can flow under there, so that's cool. That's cool. I think what we'll do as well is we'll probably cut a channel from this water source back so that when it's a bad tide it can flow into here as well. When it's a good tide, it'll go out the other way. Let's make sure those are prioritised by haulers. We've actually got spare beef, I guess, because we paused a bunch of stuff. So, in fact, they can be paused as well. We can probably afford to have some dirt excavation going on. Gears are still relatively full. We are out of bad water, so you can't work anymore. You probably can't work anymore. I'm actually going to pause that because we want the extract. Oh, we've only got 10 days, so we're limited in what we can achieve. You can be detonated, and we are going to put a sluice gate there. Wait till that gets built. Let's unpause you. We need a storage. Why does our wheat keep dying or something? I wonder if we need to move these along a bit. I move them to there. .9. Whether they will, whether that will, or whether it's just not enough wheat actually. Very small patch of wheat, isn't it? We've got an insane amount of potatoes, so let's unplant the potatoes, shall we? And plant more wheat there. That could be our problem. We're just not growing enough of it. But equally, we can make some adjustments. So we should do that. Again, we could plant a little bit of wheat here. I know that's kind of a token gesture. And how are we looking over here? And these are going in, right? So you can be detonated. See, I built that staircase because I thought that was up against some terrain, but it's not because it's an overhang. It's suspended terrain. So it's actually fine. But yeah, that means that can flow through there now. That's all done. That's all in, and that's going to cut that back a bit. So that opens that up a bit more. That's going in. So we now... Oh God, how far down do we need to go? Right. Let's try and do some working out, shall we? Right, so it goes from here. Put a marker in. There, 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 there. There. Where do we come out? There. That water source is there, so that's... Oh, no, and we're going to come out right where that water source is, which is a bit annoying. But we might have to come out above it. So... But that's the level that I'm more interested in. The level. Oh, water source. It is okay. Right, so we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, isn't it? 1, 2. Sorry, you're going to have to deal with my brain working at the moment. Here we go, up 4. Get to the top of that. Right, and then down 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 gets us to there. 9, 10. Yeah. 10 was there, I think. No, I'm doing this wrong. Sorry. So the top was 4. It's up 4. No. 3, 2, 1. So that should be the same level as that. So if I can... Yep, that's the same level as that. Right. Right. And I want to try and come out the middle here. Or this height. Because we're actually looking at coming out. I'm going to pause the game while I do this because they've not really got a huge amount to do. Actually, so this is one side of the pipe. Yeah, this is the other side of the pipe. Which comes there and there. So allowing for a bit of height over that. I want to come out at about that height. And by that, I mean that height as the base of the pipe. So that's how far down I've got to come. Which is 3, 6, 9. I think. Yeah. Right, so we've got to blast down 9. Everyone remember 9, okay? We're going to pause that. We're going to pause that. So the first... How do we do this? If I had ladders, this would be so much easier. What I'm going to do is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've got 8 here. I think I'm going to delete this. Start our staircase there. So we'll need to come there. This is going to be quite complex, I think. And then we're going to go down 1, 2, 3. There. Okay. Let's start playing again. Just trying to keep an eye on. I have no idea how long this video is. You'll lose game sound for a moment, but we are at 30. Yeah, we'll do a bit more. Let's get the staircase in, I think. Get the staircase built, and then I will stop. And we might have to remove a bunch of this and do things again, but that's okay. That's okay. And what we're going to do is, for now, put these up to 1. I mean, it might have made sense initially to make these out of levees, so that they were usable and have stuff go right up to them, because then we could put paths out over them. And I don't know with the tunneling whether you can tunnel from above, but we're going to do it properly. So, but I am actually going to, because I think that will be useful, do that. And I'm going to put platforms behind them. So they've changed the resource cost for platforms as well, which is a thing. I think we're at the point now as well where we've not got much else queued up to build, but I will yellow prioritize those. Right. Blow those up, and then we can put stairs down there, and then we need to... Oh, and I guess realistically we should have done a lot more exploding there. So we are currently down 1, 2, 3. That'll be 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we probably actually want to cut back harder than that. I think we probably want to do that as a priority. And realistically, we do really want to do that. Because realistically, when it's playing a game about post-apocalyptic beavers, yes, the realism is high. Let's do that. And food's holding, I guess. We've got grilled potatoes. The bread's not, but maybe that's just because we're not growing enough. Let's go back over here, actually. And we can now open that up. And plant crops. And as they slowly harvest the potatoes, we'll plant more of it. This will be blown up. And that should be quite a quick process, he says, hopefully. So keep track, folks, of how far down we've gone. And this takes us to the bottom of our pipe. We go down 9. Right. We still have extract and explosives, so that's good. go that way. Yeah, that's a better way of doing it, I think. We go round the corner and then down again. And probably think we might want to do that. Yes, and that. We might want to do it. Put it there. Don't know. No, we can't put it there, can we? Yeah. Blow this up. Alright. So we then do, you go down. You go down 2. Rest if you go down 3. Like that. Oh, and we need to put in the staircase. I guess if I do that, it's going to help, isn't it? But this is down 6. From where we started. And then we'll have the fun of tunneling. Which we've not tried yet. And we've not got to yet at all, which I know is probably a bit frustrating because I said we would do tunneling today and we haven't. But we've been setting up for... Oh, I probably didn't want to delete that, did I? No, you didn't. So what you wanted to do was that, and that, and another one of them. And then more of that. They're so close, isn't it? Oh, that's in. Oh, because we can do the overhanging terrain now, can't we? So actually, can I just do that? Oh, that's so weird. That is so weird that we don't have to support the terrain like that. Yep. That's going to take some getting used to. Right, back over here. Explosives. Staircases. So, and then we do it again. 1, 2, 2, 3, and that's us down to the level we need to get to. To begin tunneling our way through to here. If I've done that right. I probably haven't actually, have I? No, I haven't. I've gone too far. You always go too far, don't you? Yes. Because we were already down 3, weren't we? So this is actually deep enough. So I don't need to do all of that. Well done. Good call, folks. Because I did it from this point here. Actually, no, we weren't quite deep enough because I did it from this level. Which is here. So that's... So we were at 2, so I need to go down 1 more. Okay. Not 3 more. It'd be a miracle if I've got this right. So from... Let's just try and check this, shall we? From this level, which is this level, we needed to go down 9. Yeah. don't like that that's not on the pile of platforms. But yeah, from that level, we needed to go down 9. Okay. Right. This level is this level. So we were already down 2. We then did 2 lots of 3, which took us down 8. So this is 9, right? I think that's right. And we're almost through the drought. We've got loads of water. We've got some food. We've got some berries now. Oh, we've got berries and we've got dandelions. And we've got 19 spare beavers now. Jeepers. We're about to not have, because well, we don't really need to undo that, do we? Because we've got loads of water. So we probably need to put in some more hauling posts and builders. I'll do that next time. I desperately want to try putting in a tunnel piece. So we will also work on improving access to this because it's quite a long way. So yeah, we will work on improving access as well. So, but droughts are so much better for us than bad tides. Right. Unpause all of you. Oh, we've run out of scrap metal. Almost. The challenges just keep coming, don't they? Oh, I need to get rid of that horrible, rid of that tool. Challenges and opportunities, as the saying goes. We will address that next time as well, I suppose. Boom. Ladder. There we go. So, priority. Let's just make sure that the water's flowing okay. Yeah, it looks like it is. Ooh. It's going to take a little while to ramp up, I guess. Right. And then, I guess you do it like that, do you? Priority. High. Let's see you put in some tunnels, folks. And then we can call it a day, because it's been quite a long video to record anyway. I think it's actually quite a long video anyway, but yeah, some of you will enjoy that, some of you might not. It kind of is what it is. Oh, they actually just put the tunnel in. You don't actually do any blowing up of stuff. Okay. Interesting. I thought we were going to get to blow the stuffs up, but no. I thought, you know, like to make the tunnel, you would do the boom. But no. Right, let's just get our heads out the hole for a second. Make sure things are working. Let's open these up. Unpause those. Pause that. We can put that in now. And probably what we want to do is blow part of it up, put the path in, do it bit by bit. This is going to be so cool. I know it probably doesn't need to be 2, but oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. It's going to be quite tricky to actually do, but because you know we're tunneling into a hole. But yeah, oh, so good. And I don't want you to do those ones. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yay! This is brilliant. Right. That's it for today, folks, because this has been pretty monumental. In terms of video length. So next time we will put in zipline transport for the beavers because they're going a really long, ineffective way to get here. We will test this, so we'll put in the infrastructure that's needed so that they can do that. That I'm going to make that a high priority. We've got a few other bits to do as well. Leave those as a high priority. Delete those ones as well. Because I think what we'll do is we'll put across there. And then maybe we can test it even if it is still temperate season. Yeah, this is awesome. Just curious how it looks from underneath. Oh, what's that? No, thank you. It's kind of tricky to place it, but you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. We can do it there. Bad tide approaching. Shame we don't have our diversion done, huh? Oh well. We will survive. We will, I think, quickly throw in 2 more large water tanks up here. To supply, we will make those. We have the metal to build those. 67. We do just. We then need to resolve our metal situation. What is your preference, folks? I think that we need to we're going to have to get the mine going, aren't we? We're going to have to isolate the mine and get it working. So, yep, that's the job for next time. I think we will do that whilst continuing to put our tunnel in. I guess at the very least, if we get the tunnel in, even if it's not being piped out, it will at least have it not going into the cove. Now, bad water will probably be coming back in here until we do something with the entrance, but at the very least, it'll be a bit better. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members. Appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And I will see you all next time.